Hello friends and YouTube chess lovers, welcome to another video of the mysterious night. In the Chess Olympiad 2024, in the open section, India was facing China in the round 7 and here India beats China comprehensively by 2.5 1.5 score where Gukesh here makes an amazing comeback to secure a win against Wei Yi in terms of two knights versus a rook and game. Here we are going to see this match and the analysis. But before that, here on the first round, on the first board of this particular round 7, Ding Liren declined to play against Gukesh, which is a world championship tussle that is going on between the two players. And here Ding Liren was the first one to run away from this match. I would say Wei Yi being a great player that he is, but Gukesh showed absolute class to prove that why he belongs to World Championship match and why he is the clear favorite. Here, Gukesh started the game with e4, continuing in this particular match, while the the opponent replied with the c5, and here this was a Sicilian game, but here on the move move 4 itself, Gukesh played bishop to e2, which was itself slightly novelty because here Gukesh is waiting for Wei Yi to come up with the idea, because here Gukesh doesn't want to put Wei Yi into the driving seat as the knight of his Wei Yi's favorite opening. And here Gukesh avoided this by playing bishop to c4, moving same piece two times in the opening, breaking all the laws of chess that are generally explained. But here it was a completely equalish game. After a lot of move exchanges that happened, this all is the opening book theory. This is the b50 Sicilian line. If you want to know further for that opening preparation, I am just making that move. But here after in the move 10 itself, after queen to d2, this is a completely new game, and here the no records are found for this particular match. So after this, everything has been played for the first time. And here after castling, pawn to b5, bishop to b3, king goes in the center, of course avoiding this big diagonal giving any advantage to white bishop. And then after certain moves, these are all standard classic theory. And then here comes knight to g5. Here already white is started feeling a bit of tension because white wants to attack on this bishop, and for the future big forks on the squares like e6 and f7. But here black is not falling for all these tricks, and black here goes to bishop to g8. After this, definitely white took e crosses f5 and g crosses f5. This is already starting to favor the black because the center is good, the s6 is coming, this knight will be kicked off, and then a lot of problems are there for the white camp. So after f4, c4 was played. Here the better move was h6, but okay, c4 also is a decent move. But after d takes c4, b takes c4, bishop takes c4, and here itself the big question came where Wei Yi decided to take the pawn on f4. Here the best move was knight to a5, which you will see for the quite a few moves. Best move will be knight to a5. Okay, so he takes f4, then knight comes back to f3 because the support is gone for the knight. Definitely the knight has to drop back, and then knight to a5 was played, which was in fact a mistake because now knight to e5 was a good move, because after knight to e5, here quickly I would like to show you. Again, still the attack is there on the bishop, so bishop has to fall, or else you have to exchange the knight. But exchanging the knight is a big mistake because after pawn takes, and here I would like you to pause the video and think what is the clear blow for black after, let's say, rook plays to d1. Well, I will give you a couple of seconds. Okay, so I'm sure that you would have found this beautiful move, which the sequence starts with rook to b3, and here this this knight in the center is doing really awful, because black anytime can double up on this particular thing and put a lot of pressure on both the discoveries, like bishop is discovered by this bishop, as well as the queen and the rook are discovered by this queen. So this is causing a lot of problem. But here anyways, the opponent goes a5 and then bishop drop backs to a2. This is giving already a 1 point edge in favor of Gukesh. And here further, knight to b3, definitely bishop takes knight, rook takes bishop, and then knight to f4, creating another big mistake, because here the knight in the center was okay, only supported by the queen, but the best move was to rook to f2, because you will soon realize why. Because after knight takes on f4, Wei Yi plays queen to b6 check, which was absolute best move. And here Gukesh has to respond with rook to f2, and after this it is all troublesome, because rook here comes to the final b8 position, completing the 3 position battery. And here rook to b1 would have been huge mistake, as after bishop takes on c3, this is a completely busted position for the white, and white don't have anything to do in this particular position. But definitely Gukesh, being a great player that he is, he spotted this in quick sensation, and he played rook to d1. After that, rook takes on b2, and all that mass exchanges happened on b2. And after that, Gukesh took on d6. Okay, for temporarily Gukesh is the pawn up, and there is a 2 knight versus 2 bishop situation, but the activity of the black is very restricted. And okay, black can regain this pawn on c3, which black will do in some time, yeah. But after a knight jumping into the center, rook is going on the last rank just to check the white queen. And then after that, here comes the decisive move of the game, where Gukesh decided to sacrifice the rook in place of 2 pieces. And still the engine shows is completely equal, but on the practical terms this is a difficult situation for Wei Yi, because this can go anyways in fact. But here the 2 knights are coordinating well, although Wei Yi has both the end file pawns, which can be troublesome for knights to defend. um, but in this particular game, okay, Gukesh found this beautiful combinations where both the knights are supporting each other, as well as the knight on the b5 square is supporting the pawn on a3 square. So position is completely intact, and this is the best news for Gukesh. Going further, after a lot of moves played, all basically no progress of the pawns from white side. Just that, okay, white could able to get that a4, but still it is a completely equal position. And after lot of juggling of pieces from here to there, here one of the okay, here slightly Gukesh started to be in the advantage after king to f6, having slightly gained space in the center. But okay, this is still not decisive, it's absolutely drawish position up to many more moves, where both the players are finding their ways. Okay, this was slightly offensive from Wei's side, where the attack was real on the h file. But definitely Gukesh played it fantastically with the knight to g1, knight f2 g1 basically. And then after rook to h1, g cross f4, and not waiting for black to capture, or let's say push. Here Gukesh chops off the g pawn, and after rook to h4, okay, the pawns, 1-1 pawns are exchanged. But here the Gukesh having this centralized f pawn, which is a pass pawn now, and it will roll down the board. And this, both the knights are good combination in terms of handling that f pawn to be a queen. So after f5, h5 was already okay, starting to have a slight mistake. Here again the Gukesh returned the favor in terms of mistake. Knight to g3 was a better move to gain a 0.5 advantage in the position, but still it is not decisive. This is completely drawish still. But after this move of f6, here the Wei Yi played h3, which was a big blunder because rook to d1 was a best move, and I'll show you why. Because after rook to d1 check, okay, wherever the king goes, we are simply pursuing king with the checks, and whenever the king comes closer to our rook, we'll go to f file. This is what is a standard plan that black had in terms of saving the position. Definitely this f pawn to be taken very seriously and to be stopped this way. Otherwise, black will have trouble in the position, and that you will see in the upcoming moves, where definitely after h3 blunder, Gukesh immediately played pawn to f7, and already the pawn is knocking the door in the black's camp to become a queen and decide the game. Here rook to f1 anyways was played, but this was too late because here Gukesh had the supporting move with the knight and also attacking the h3 pawn while moving the knight on g5. Okay, h2 was played, and then knight g to f3, or let's say knight uh, e to f3. Both were equalish, I would say. But yeah, okay, knight g to f3, and then after this king to e7 was a huge blunder. Okay, the again checking the king from d1 would have been better, would have taken this to a very accurate play that was required from the Gukesh if rook to d1 check was played. But okay, after knight g to f3 and king to e7, this is already busted game completely because Gukesh chops off the pawn in the corner, and after chopping off that pawn in the corner, there is no game left because, okay, Wei Yi tried for some time, gave few checks, won the a pawn, but doesn't make any sense because here after final mistake that Wei Yi did, rook to a2, and then okay, this was a completely like deciding position. Okay, here the last question that I would like to pause is after rook to a3, you have to think a best move for white because here only one move wins, and that we have to find. Okay, so I'm sure you would have found this move, that is rook to e4, but not to f4, because after king to f4, the complete advantage is gone because rook to a1, and then here rook is intending to come to f1 square and then check from behind and definitely gain control over this pawn, because here one point to mention that both the knights can't mate the black king, so black can afford to give up the rook for this particular pawn, but that never happens in the game because Gukesh, being the top notch player that he is, he plays king to e4, and after king to e4, Wei Yi completely resigned the game. I hope you like this video. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.